My name is Andrea Werhun. I'm a writer and performer, and I'm also a sex worker. In books, movies, and every syndicated crime drama imaginable, sex workers are typically portrayed as victims or villains. It's high time we told our own damn stories. Here's mine. In my early 20s, I worked as an escort.
How dangerous is this job?
You're fine.
And I thought, if this is what it is, that's kind of fun. I was feeling like a triumphant sexual queen.
Wow.
Hey, baby!
Until shame crept in.
You think you're so great, huh? Making all that easy money.
We all have this internalized horophobia within us. And I have it too. So I kept my whoring a secret. Especially when it came to my mom. You were concerned about my safety. And your soul. And my soul.
Men know that people aren't coming to the rescue to sex workers.
These guys, they're repeat offenders. They eventually do the same thing to every single one of us.
Knowledge is power, and they don't want us to have that kind of power.
So, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you here?
Something must have happened. Women don't just become strippers.
That's called trauma porn. We need a new archetype.
I see sex work as a job where you use your body and you use your mind like any other job.
Oh, come on, no.
I hope that one day you can be face out and not be assaulted.
Shame and stigma can silence us.
We need to tell our stories.
Boom! There you go. That was the trailer for Modern Whore, arriving on digital, on demand, May 1st. I'm Kuya P. Also Tito P. If you're watching on Nerds Rule the World, or if you're watching on Nerds After Dark, we're going to be having so much fun. This is such a delightful, entertaining, educational, informative documentary. It's called Modern Whore, and joining me to talk all about it is director Nicole Bazuin. Nicole, again, I'm beaming. I had so much fun with this. I cannot wait to watch this again. I'm actually trying to get my wife to pull herself away from her stuff to like sit down with me, because I think this will be right up her alley. I'm just delighted because, you know, I watch a lot of projects because of the work I do. And when you have something that just entertains you and just makes you smile and just hits you in all the right, you know, spots, you know, it just, yeah, you get beaming when you watch a good movie, right? So congratulations on this project, number one.
Oh my goodness, thank you. I love to see you beaming about it. That makes me so happy.
Definitely. So you worked with Andrea Werhun on this, and this has been an amazing creative collab. I read, you know, about the books that y'all did together and then the short films, and now we're here and it's getting the love. It's getting distribution now. Again, everybody, on digital, on demand, May 1st. Go check it out. What has this journey been like, and this creative collaboration with her to just bring knowledge to the sex industry and sex work, and just that there's such a different group of what a lot of people might perceive of it, the breaking that perception?
Absolutely. You know, this, as you said, has been a project that's been a long time in the making, that grew out of, you know, a friendship that's been for over a decade. I actually met Andrea when I was directing a music video, and it was for a local band who had kind of a 1960s vibe. And so naturally, I wanted some go-go dancers in that music video. And Andrea was recommended to me to dance in the video. So she showed up, and I introduced myself as the director. And I told her I would also be go-go dancing alongside her, as the other go-go dancer had not shown up. So I think that really set the tone for Andrea and my friendship, for our kind of chemistry that we have together, was just being thrown into a creative situation and having fun with it. And so from that point, we became friends, and the collaborations that we've done have been a natural extension of that friendship. And I think they've really required a context where there's trust, where there's like a playfulness, where there's a shared sense of humor. And we're not rushing these projects. They're kind of taking shape over time, becoming, what they need to be. And so that first project was the Modern Horror book, which we conceived of as Playboy if it were run by the bunnies. So the book contains stories by Andrea about being an escort, about being a stripper, and it's alongside my photography that illustrates the book. So we did that project together, and it already had this kind of multimedia sensibility that's carried over now into our film work. So we knew we wanted to do something in the realm of movies, because obviously you've seen Modern Horror, you're beaming. Andrea's just a star. She's a fantastic
complete star, superstar. Yeah.
So she needs, she's a phenomenal writer. We need those stories. We need the book, but I think we need a film that showcases her as a talent on screen. And for myself, I love visual art. I'm a painter, illustrator. I do cartoons, comics, and that's my background. And so photography for the book, I was already really interested in film direction primarily, but the photography felt like a way that I was creating images in this kind of painterly way, a painterly sensibility, lots of color, but also feeling perhaps like still images from a film that hasn't been made yet. And then also borrowing, of course, from this kind of vintage Playboy sensibility, but through a new lens, through a female gaze, if you want to go there. So sort of reinventing, repurposing this kind of erotic goddess imagery and taking it new places. So for me as well, the film elements felt like a natural progression to take it to the screen. And as I mentioned, it has been a multimedia endeavor along the way. I think it's always been a situation where these projects play with form, play with your expectation of what a memoir could look like, what a book could look like, and now what a film, what a documentary could look like. This is certainly not a conventional documentary. I don't think when people think about documentaries, they're thinking about lots of fabulous costume changes and wigs, but that's Modern Horror.
I love it. Remarkable job. Again, you've done it in such an entertaining way that through that entertainment, they're getting educated and they're getting this knowledge, and it's opening the door of the perception of what sex work is and isn't, and just framing it in just such a beautiful way. Well done. Okay, so we met on a music video, and then we got the book going before everything. If I could go back to that in-between moment. So like you met her, but I don't know if you knew the real her yet, right? And so I'm very curious on that, because then we go to Modern Horror, and then we build out and we give love and light to this. If I could just share my own personal beginnings, if you will, and why it connected with me so much, was that when I started as an actor, filmmaker in the industry, when I first got out of the military, I was acting back in high school, but then I started, working sets and crewing. I was crewing on adult films to learn the ropes. And I've met so many amazing people, so many genuine people. And then when I went, I guess, quote unquote, mainstream, I hate that term, because to me, I did think the adult world is mainstream. We've all been doing that. And that's what I love about how this film kind of tears some of those walls down. But I never lost sight in those friendships and those relationships. So I've always, with Nerds Rule the World, did adult interviews, covered adult entertainment, because again, it's all entertainment. Definitely, would situate things where kids wouldn't be certain things and there would be adult limitations, right? But yeah, that was just, to me, if I'm covering entertainment, this is a form of that. But later on, the mouse kind of hit at me because they didn't like seeing that content. So I created and shifted it to After Dark Nerds. So that was the creation. And for those that are on Nerds Rule the World right now that they didn't know that and don't know about that adult channel, head over there so you can see all those amazing interviews and content. So anyway, that is why I felt such a connection to modern horror, Nicole, so cool. And why I appreciated this film, because it's tackling those issues and perceptions that people have. So if you can tell me how, okay, you met her, but I'm assuming you didn't know about this. What was that like, learning about her and then being that great friend and ally to then bring this into those books and into the shorts and all of it to where it is now and in such a phenomenal way? You guys, again, are killing it.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for sharing some of your background and experience. That really helps me understand where you're coming from with this film, and that's so cool. Yeah, I think this is a situation where the context of modern horror is two friends coming together. And through a friendship where we just naturally wanted to hang out together. And, you know, we got to know each other. She shared that she'd been working as an escort, and I was curious about that experience. And I think she was happy to regale me with stories, and she's a wonderful storyteller. So it all grew, you know, because I knew she loved my aesthetic, and it just felt like something that couldn't be rushed because Andrea had to have a lot of considerations. It wasn't just like, oh, great, yeah, I'll come out and share my story. It was absolutely the opposite of that. You know, we flirted with the idea of making something about it, but it was very unclear what form that might take and when or if it might happen. And so it really had to happen incrementally. And I think it's been a blessing to build project by project. You know, even before we did the book, we did a little teaser zine kind of promotional centerfold. You know, we started to build incrementally. I think as an artist, it can feel so aspirational, yet also intimidating to look at something like a feature film or something like, you know, a 300-page hardcover book, and having the ambition to do it, but it also feeling so intangible, you know? And so I am of the mind of what resources do you have available to just start and make something? You know, it's maybe not that feature film yet. It could even be a 2-minute film or a 1-minute film. I don't know. We're kind of in the age of like shorter and shorter form media being very viable. So I think this is a project where, how did it happen? It happened over time. And it took the time and the path that it needed to get stronger and stronger, and for us to feel with each incremental project we've done together, to feel more certain about what we wanted this project to be. And what it is with the feature now is a project that we want to lead with color, lead with humanity, lead with, you know, true stories, true, authentic, genuine storytelling from Andrea that's supported by all the roles I play on this as well, you know, to bring it to life, to entertain, inspire, and hopefully change some hearts and minds and steer them towards decriminalization, etc. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Amazing, amazing work. Again, you guys got me beaming because I just love that there's all of this content, that you have the shorts, the books, now this film, which, you know, the film will reach even wider. And now with this digital distribution, again, May 1st, everybody go check it out. Please go check it out. It's going to hit even more. I'm curious, you know, Andrea brought on some of her friends that we see in the documentary. What was that like, having them involved? And now with all of this continued rollout and it, again, reaching out even more, what has the reception been, and what has been that energy? Because I think it's going to be something that we're all going to point to now moving forward to, you know, educate people, but also they'll get entertained all at the same time and all that. It's going to be a useful tool. And I love it. And definitely, again, I'm going to be using it as a tool to promote.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That means so much to me. Yes, something that was so exciting about the feature length documentary was having the real estate and the medium that allowed to bring in other voices, bring in other subjects. So Andrea's mom, her long-term boyfriend, and her friends who also have sex work experience to really bring in these other perspectives that we get to meet along the way. And this is a film where as it goes along, various themes are brought up naturally through Andrea's lived experiences. But I think having those opportunities where, if she's talking about the pain involved with hiding her work as an escort from her mom, we can actually see her mom in the film, and they have some really meaningful conversations, to say the least, in the movie. And talking about the support of her partner, we actually have him in the film. And her friends create such a fantastic dialogue. We have them at a table where they're talking with each other. We get this almost like water cooler type conversation about what it is to do this job and the various themes and experiences that come up along the way to really have this expanded dialogue. I think it really enhances the project. And I hope it also points to and speaks to the really important notion we want to put across, which is this story, Andrea's experiences are not a monolith. They are just one of a multitude of experiences in this industry. And we hope that other sex workers through this film, through the influence we want to have, if they want to share their story, that they feel more comfortable to do so. And regardless of that they are safer in this world moving forward. Yeah.
Love that. Nicole, fantastic. Again, I'm such a fan of you guys, and just commend you both for this work. Again, it is something I'm legitimately going to be sharing with my friends. I cover Exotica every year, and I have so many adult friends and that are in the industry, and also alt models that I'll be talking to, and just, I think this is something that everybody can connect on, and will be such a beautiful thing to see. Nicole, where you go from here, I'm going to be watching, as well as Andrea. This was fantastic. Whether it's a new part of this whole kind of modern horror branding that you've done with the shorts and the books, I'm going to be locked in. But wherever you go to with your next project, please come back so I can throw some flowers, because I can't wait to see what you guys do, because this was such a well done piece, and just bravo. Oh,
thank you. We do, on behalf of the modern horror cinematic universe, we really appreciate your ongoing support.
Of course, everybody, that is the amazing Nicole Bazuin, director behind Modern Horror, as well as the short films, and she helped with the books. And shout out to Andrea Werhun, who's lovely. I love you both. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Tito P on the Nerds After Dark show, and Kuya P for Nerds Rule the World. Everybody, go check out Modern Horror. Again, available digital on demand as of May 1st. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Peace.
Nerds After Dark!
It's just a great time to hang out, meet people. I mean, I've had sex with everybody here already, so it's kind of like,
not me.
Yeah, Nerds After Dark, coming soon.com. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not getting him beat up or me. Not doing it.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble.
No. But
excellent. All right, I think we're rocking and rolling, Georgia. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Nicole, I am like beaming because I had so much fun with this. I got to tell you. But before I get going, how do I pronounce your last name?
Oh, it's Bazuin, like design.
Bazuin. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
And Andrea's Werhun. How do you pronounce Andrea's last name?
Oh, Werhun.
Werhun. Okay.
Werhun.
Bazuin and Werhun. Fine.
Werhun.
Werhun and Bazuin. Okay. I may not go there. I might just use first names so I don't pronounce it.
It's like where's my shirt? Or like where okay, wait, no, I don't know. Where yeah.
Amazing. Let's have some fun because I'm so ready to talk to you about this. This is gonna be the first time I'm gonna cross collab. I have two different channels. Just FYI. I have my regular Nerds Rule the World, but I also have a adult side called Nerds After Dark, where I interview the adult side of the industry. Because cool. I think this film crosses over into that realm as well. So I want to cross collab it so I could build out the audience because I think they'll both appreciate this documentary.
Thanks for doing that.
Definitely. Oh no, I love it. So yeah, I'm ready to rock. We're recording. Let me make sure I got all my energy right. Okay, we're good. I'm just gonna do a 3, 2, 1. We're coming off the trailer for my edit, and we'll get right into it. All right, let's have some fun. Here we go. Woo! 1, 2, 3.